I fell in love with an uptown girl. I really did. The worst mistake of my life, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Billy Joel on WRC 88.7 FM, Elmhurst College Radio. This is Good Times Friday on every Friday from 8 to 10. We're about halfway through our show, and we're very glad to be here. This is Jimmy Lisier coming at you live from the basement of the Frick Center at Elmhurst College. And what a beautiful college it is. I'm here with a great band. I can honestly say that they're great because I've seen them live. We're here with Shepherd and the Flock. Gentlemen, what's going on?
Nothing really. Nothing at all.
I did this earlier, but why don't you guys state your names and tell us what you guys do for the band?
Sure, I'm Richard Shepherd again, hence Shepherd and the Flock, and I'm the lead singer and co-lead guitarist.
And I'm Chris. I'm also the co-lead guitarist and I guess backup singer soon, maybe. I don't know. Please.
Definitely.
I'm begging.
Backup singers help a lot. Backup singers bring it all up.
Of course.
They put the up and back up.
You have to have the harmonization.
Absolutely.
All that
The
good
harmonization.
stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Shepherd and the Flock here with us. Guys, tell us about the name. Where'd you get the name from? Obviously the last name, but what's with the Flock?
Shepherd. And we did the Flock because, well, shepherds, they tend to the flock. So we kind of base it off like Haley and the Comets. Like the Comets are a separate band backing Haley, so we are kind of a separate band backing Shepherd.
Oh, I definitely
But it's like really the same. It's just one group.
We were just trying to come up with a name, so we decided to go with rehearsal. And some of the ideas pitched around was like Drop Dead Druids or something, but then they're like, oh, Shepherd and the Flock sounds pretty classic.
That is a really cool name. That's a standout name, definitely. Mm-hmm. Tell me, how do you feel being part of the Flock?
Being part of the Flock, I'm a follower.
Yeah.
No, it's fun though. I have my own saying. I can come up with great ideas.
Yeah.
Come up with lyrics, guitar, anything.
Yeah. Do you feel like a member of a Flock with like Richard and the band? Because Richard seems like a really nice guy who's like open to like.
Yes, he's nice. He's open to any idea. You could say, oh hey, how about we change it to this? Oh okay, oh. Yeah. Guffaw, as he says. Yeah, I mean we get everybody in the band gets inputs.
Now, who else is in the band that isn't present tonight?
We have Michael Wicca. He's our drummer.
And then also on bass we have John Hewell, who's also a Revis alum, which is where we go to high school. But since he's gone a lot due to him being in Knox College, we have a backup bassist, Max Trujillo, which is our drummer, Mike Wicca's neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
And he backs up for us when John's not around.
Okay. Tell me about the band itself. What makes this band so much fun? Is it fun? Tell me about it.
Oh, I definitely say it is. I mean, like, a year and about 8 months ago, we were in another band, and it was pretty terrible, and we had a different singer, and he, kind of turned to a dictatorship, so we split off and then formed this band about, a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And then ever since, it's just gone uphill from there, and pretty cool. We started off doing a lot of covers, and just, in the last month, we've written 2 originals, and we're definitely going to start doing more.
Tell me about writing your own songs. Is finding the inspiration to write a song, is it hard to channel?
For me, yes. I mean, sometimes I'll wake up in the morning, do what I usually do, but I'll just pick up a guitar when I'm bored, and something will sometimes come out. Mm-hmm. It's not always good, but it's something. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really have inspirational anything time to time. Other times it's like, oh, I'm sad. Let me just play this song in, let's say, D minor.
Right. Yeah.
See something. Yes.
And you also said that sometimes it's not good, but who's to say that it's not good? You know what I mean? Who's to say? People doubt themselves too much, and it actually keeps inspiration from just flowing out. And sometimes, it's not even. You just got to be like, I'm just gonna write it. I'm gonna do it. Because you're the only one that understands what you're doing. So even people that are gonna put down what you're doing, it's like they're not on the same channel. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's how you know that you guys are in a band that's gonna work, because everybody's kind of on the same channel. Generally, or for the most part. Tell me about writing songs. Who writes the majority of the songs, or is it
this guy?
It's when I write songs. I mean, typically I just kind of hear a tune in my head and I put it on the guitar, and then I pitch it to the boys, and I'm like, oh, what do you think of this? And they're like, well, I think this is a bit too corny, or I think this is good, and then we just capitalize on it from there. And in the song I just wrote, I just came up with this riff one day, and then I started vocal notes, and then our drummer helped me with some of the lyrics, and then we figured out a pretty decent chorus line and stuff.
Okay, so what do you find your inspiration from? Both you guys writing, where do you guys channel it from?
personal experience, and also like if I have a tune in my head that day, and I'll just be like putting it down on paper, just seeing how it sounds, and trying to come up with catchy lyrics that work with it.
Yeah, actually, it's weird for me. Every time I'm at home, I never like get anything in my head. But I'm walking through the halls at school, and I cannot have a guitar. So like, I have something in my head. I'll like hear something like dun 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 dun, you know, something, and I forget it at the end of the day, which saddens me sadly.
Well, tell me about Revis, because we actually met you guys at the Revis High School Battle of the Bands in February. Tell me about how going to Revis has influenced the band at all. I mean, you know, besides finding everybody from there, what's it like going there? How do you guys like it? Do you guys dig it?
Yeah, it's a really nice like high school. There's so many after-school opportunities, which is where I met my inspiration for being in a band, like John Hewell, our bassist. Like, I met him, and he's like, oh, yeah, I want to do a band, and sure, and that's how it all started.
Yeah, because we were in jazz band at the time, and they wanted another guitarist for the band that they were in. So they invited me and Rich. I got kicked out after the first day.
Why is that?
Oh, because the singer they had was like a dictator.
He's like, okay, yeah, three guitars aren't going to work. This guy wants to beat me in lead. All right, he's gone.
Right.
So,
now,
yeah, I got kicked out.
How do you guys feel about someone like that being in a band? Like, is there ever a good side to someone being a dictator, or do you think that it just works better when everyone can just have an equal say?
When everybody's cohesive, I think it definitely works a lot better, which is the way we've been doing it now. Like, a democracy is how a band should be, because everybody's like equal and pitches their own ideas.
Everybody has different musical tastes, you know, or everybody has all around. So it's great to get the different musical inputs from everyone in the band.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, personally, I'll listen to anything from like jazz to death metal. There's nothing I don't like. But our drummer, for instance, like, he listens to like alternative Red Hot Chili Peppers all the time.
Or like Rage Against the Machine all the time. What was that one band from Tom Morello? I forgot the name. You know, he wanted to do that.
Audio Slave.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. I mean, but like, we all like listen to each other's song ideas, and we'll pitch something, and even if one of us doesn't like it, I mean, if we could accept it, then we'll still like consider performing it.
Yeah, we do.
Cool beans. Cool beans. All right, guys, tell me, what kind of genre would you guys say that Shepherd and the Flock is? Do you guys have one set genre, or what do you think?
No. As you saw at Battle, you know, we went from playing Eric Clapton's Tears in Heaven to Megadeth's Dread and the Fugitive Mind, which really say we have a perfect musical genre set for our group.
But I would say for the songs that we're in the future, it's like classic rock inspired, but it'd be more like hard rock with maybe a little bit of blues influence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of like how AC/DC is.
Yeah. And why does that work for you guys? Like,
Just because it's got such a nice beat, and it's so cool to like put inspiration into it.
Mm-hmm. What are some of your inspirations? I mean, you know, you mentioned a few, but even just like growing up, like, do you guys remember the first band you guys got really into? Like, my first band that I got really into was Linkin Park back in 7th grade. And I brought the CD home, and I showed my parents, and my dad's like, I'm going to do my dad impression there. He's like, you know, glasses on. Well, I'm going to have to listen to it. And I'm going to have to listen to it and check it out. No, he's a very handsome, good man. But he had to listen to it, and he loved it. And that's why the only reason why I stuck so close and, you know, to like Linkin Park and all that is because my dad was like, I approve. Is there anything, what was the first band that you guys really got into? And just for fun, tell me, did your parents like have to like listen to it first or anything?
The first band I got into, apparently I was a baby, and apparently it was James Brown, because that's the only thing that could shut me up in a car. You know, all of a sudden, I feel good.
James Brown, that's
exactly.
Right. Yeah.
I would shut up in the car. The first band I remember, like when I was younger, sadly to say, I don't know why, it was Backstreet Boys.
No,
I don't know why.
They have catchy tunes. Richard, man,
Yeah.
What do you think? Catchy songs, right?
I don't know why.
They're pretty catchy.
I don't know why I had Backstreet Boys. I was like first grade.
So
I'm like, Backstreet Boys.
Absolutely.
Yay!
No, yeah, everybody needs something, man. I was into them too.
And then like the
man.
first real band would probably have to be Blink 182 or Sum 41.
Yeah, Sum 41. Yeah, dude.
Very good.
I'm not gonna lie, like when I was a kid, the only songs to listen to was like what my parents played, and they had a bunch of 8-tracks and stuff, and
That's cool.
all these old classic songs. So I grew up listening to like Don McLean, Billy Joel, and like first song I ever like learned the lyrics to was like American Pie.
And those are a lot of lyrics too. Sophia, you
Well,
learn all those
definitely, yeah.
lyrics, but they're so great, man.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
so great, so great.
Like very poetic and like and tells a story, and I think like that's what we're going to be doing in our songs. Like they kind of tell a story a little bit.
And why do you want to do that as opposed to a band? Because there are bands out there that that'll just kind of spit random things that rhyme or that sound
Yeah.
cool. Why do you guys want to
Hip-hop.
tell us? Yeah, right. Why do you guys want to tell a story?
Because all the like catchy lyrics, they definitely do have redeemable qualities or like good musicality to it. But I think like telling a story, I mean,
That keeps the people interested. I mean, you've seen people at like Guns N' Roses shows or any other band. If the song has a story, let's say like Layla from Eric Clapton, that has a story in it. It's about how he falls in love with a girl who's married to someone else.
George Harrison.
I wasn't
Yeah,
going to give away
definitely.
the
George
details, but yes,
Yeah.
yes, George Harrison, and it's a catchy song. Everybody loves it, you know. Layla, you got me on my knees, Layla.
I mean,
You
but
know,
just being able to look at the lyrics of the song and being able to read it as if it's like a poem or story, as opposed to being like just reading the same verse repeated 14 times, like in a lot of the songs today. I mean, although there might be some like redeemable qualities, I think like it's a lot cooler to tell a story in a song.
I mean, come on. What's better than you make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream the way you make me feel I can't sleep, let's run away and don't ever look back. You know, come on, man. That tells a story.
Yeah, it really does, and
It
honestly,
touches you
it's a really catchy song too,
That-
especially the
that's-
part where she's like, put your hands on me in my skin tight jeans and your teenage dreams tonight. It's really, really awesome. Well, guys, this has been, and they're not going anywhere.
No, not yet. We're staying here.
Around.
We're mooching you.
No, hey,
we're
nobody's
mooching.
mooching anybody, yeah, mate. No, we are coming up to 9:15 p.m. here on Friday, April 15th, 2011. 11 years past the new millennium, into the new millennium. And here with me is Shepard and the flock. Gentlemen, we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen out there in Radio Land, we'll be right back. This is Good Times Friday. On every Friday, we will be here, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up now, we have the Four Seasons and December 1963. And when we get back, Shepard and the flock, they're going to perform a song that they've written live on the air, followed by another interview, followed by another song. So stick around, WRC. This is my brother behind the camera.
He's
Hey
so
everyone,
lovely.
Good Times Friday. Check us out every Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. We'll be back.